Hi, my name is Tanya and welcome to Utility Jane. I have just returned from being away for a couple of days and I'm running low on a few things. I managed to put in an online shop and it's going to be delivered first thing in the morning. I'm going to get some sourdough going so that I can make some pizzas to have in the fridge tomorrow. I do not have any yogurt that is being delivered in the morning, so I am going to push on and get this going and add the yogurt in the morning when it arrives. This, my standard dough, I use for everything. I have been making it in lots of different ways and just seeing if it will actually fail. Now, I normally add the yogurt in when I'm mixing at this stage, but I thought it's a great chance for me to test it and just put the yogurt in tomorrow when I get it out of the fridge to let it rise again. So that is what I did, and at the end of this video you'll see how the dough turned out. I'm pretty happy. It's fail proof as far as I can see, and now I don't even use the mixer. I mix in a container like this, put a lid on it, a very shaggy dough, and let it sit. Give it another mix. It goes in the fridge overnight and I get it out tomorrow. Just as a side note, I have made this doing exactly the same recipe with an instant yeast or a mix of sourdough and instant yeast if you are wanting a gluten-free pizza dough that you can use within a couple of hours, and it has worked out fine. Now on to dinner. I have some leftover roast. I'm going to add a few things, some pantry staples, whatever veg I have in my fridge and freezer, and I'm going to get a pasta dish cooked up along with some greens from the garden, and I will have enough for leftovers for a packed lunch that is needed tomorrow. So let's get on with this. I start by adding frozen corn. I have the last of my frozen purple beans from the garden. They have been such a delight to have in the freezer, and a chopped onion. I add olive oil, paprika, raw sugar, some pepper, and a bit of sea salt, garlic from a jar, and some chili. I have a couple of carrots that I peeled that I was going to grate up. I am using those. They are the last two carrots I have in my fridge. They are peeled and ready to go. Just chopping them up. And they can fry down with the rest of the vegetables and spices. I have some oven roasted tomatoes from summer. And I put a pot of water on. I made a pot roast just before I went away, so I have the stock and a bit of the meat left over. I always cook my roast on a bed of carrots so I can quickly make up a beautiful thick stock ready to go in no time. I chop up the roast into bite-sized pieces. This will cook down and fall apart very quickly because it is pre-cooked. Just getting that fried off so the spices go across that meat. There is the stock. I'm getting that in. This comes together very, very fast in the time that I boil the pasta water. In goes the passata. Rinse the bottle with a bit of water and add that. I'm adding some tomato paste, rinse the jar, add that, and get that all mixed up so that can simmer away while the water boils. The water is coming up to boil and this is already simmering away. I've been out and picked some greens from the garden. This is where having a garden with a few things in it is such a benefit. Got plenty here to have a little side salad, some parsley to go in the sauce, some chard to go in the sauce. While I'm waiting for everything to cook, I quickly whip up some almond milk, which takes no time at all. I'm getting the pasta in and boiled, a jar with a few of the spirals and a box with a few more. So I'm just adding them all in together so that they get used up. I will have almond milk in the morning ready for my coffee, and there is no wasting the almond that is left over from making the almond milk. I put that in the oven and slowly dry it and make that into almond flour. The sauce has been simmering away, making sure I give the pasta a stir so they don't stick together. I'm going to just chop a bit of Parmesan cheese. And in no time, the pasta is ready to drain. I have some greens there that I have pre-washed, and I'm just going to quickly chop the chard leaves and some parsley and get that into the sauce. Now it is getting close to dish up time. I don't like to overcook these, and I always add them at the end of the cooking. Plenty of parsley because I have a lot, and that is the joy of growing these greens and some herbs. Don't forget to taste test. A little more salt is always with my cooking. Get the lid back on just for a few minutes. Start to dish up some pasta. The chard is cooked and it is time to eat. This was extremely fast, and some cheese and some pea shoots with some Mizuna on the side. That's not bad. A meal made out of just random leftovers in my fridge with a few pantry staples. Here it is the next day, and my shopping has arrived. My dough is very, very cold. It's just been in the fridge. I'm going to add a little bit more oil and some yogurt. I have never done this, adding it in this late in the mixing process. So it's a trial and error, and I do love to trial this dough. Just getting that all mixed through, and then I'm going to leave it on the bench, let it warm up and see how it goes. And sitting it in a sink of warm water will speed this process up. And a couple of hours later, look at this dough. It is ready to be cooked. I'm just going to halve that up and get some pizzas made for lunch. It is soft and bubbly. And I par bake. This dough makes a beautiful focaccia, which we make often, but for now it is just some quick pizzas for lunch. Lots of cheese. And into the oven. And here they are. Look at the air bubbles in that dough. It has come out absolutely fine.